Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, or Dash. Double honors once again go out to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, great millstone, who deserve double honors. Also, salutations go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. This is Naaman with the DC camp. All right, what you see here on the screen. This is Mr. Philip Scott. All right, he has a channel, African Diaspora, news channel, and this particular video, this Benjamite sister goes in on, about working in America, about how it's set up, and this is something no different than what we told you, but a lot of people, they like to, hear it from elsewhere because they think that we're, I don't know, just bumping our gums, I suppose. But she goes in, and again, this is something that we've always told you. We just put scriptures to it. All right. Our people just, and this is because of what's called a colonial mentality. This whole system was set up for slavery, all right, and it's run the same way, believe it or not, all right. It's a plantation system, still that way. A lot of people just are fooled by, you know, things that don't really matter. All this vanity, You think because you have what you call a job, you make a little money, you can get a house, nice apartment, condo, whatever have you. So like you've grown comfortable with your so-called status that you've attained, you fail to realize this is how this is set up. Remember the saying, the best slave is the one that doesn't know he's a slave. Something to that effect. And that's true. And you'll have people that will just defend this way of life to the death because they're so caught up in it they can't see any other way. It's like King Solomon said, vanity, vanity, all is vanity, and this is, you know. Think of the people that, a few families that actually run this world. And this is no conspiracy theories. I'm talking about the elite banking families. They're the only ones that are truly living. When you think about it, you think they want to let this go? This is what we're coming to these times now, where they're going to clamp down. This is their livelihood. You got people that are, maintaining the status quo, maintaining the system that they've set up, this beast system. This is what it's all coming down to. Revelation 13, 16, and 17 is going to make you choose. All right? Are you going to have the Most High, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahushua, all right, as your heads? Or are you going to choose the Edomites and their heads as your gods? This is what it's coming to. They're making you make a choice here. That's what that is all about. Again, we're trying to tell our people out there on the highways and byways, hey, wake up. This is who you are. You are an Israelite. There's been a huge game being played of basically keep away. Whatever you do, don't let these people realize who they are. This has been prosperous for us on an unimaginable scale. Again, do you think they want to give this up? This is what they're fighting for. So what we should be fighting for is, hey, fuck this. We want new management. That new management being Yahweh, the Most High, and His Son Yahushua. That's who we got to go through, by the way, to get to the Most High. All right, He's our Redeemer. He's our Savior, hence His name. All right, so let's go on in and let this sister, she goes right on in. I love her patois. I really do. So here we go.
We have one of our Jamaican sisters, and shout out to Jamaica. She's gonna just really give the real about America and how it is in the area of working. Let's go ahead and roll that.
You see, this message is for everybody at Jamaica who are killed themselves to come a foreign. Foreign nice, you know, me not lie. Foreign nice. There's a lot of opportunities here, but one thing people not telling you about foreign. And when time people do telling you about foreign, and the things say them bad mind and they don't want to come here and the whole shebang. So let me tell you about foreign. There are opportunities in America. Me not lie about that, because things where we can attain in America in a small period of time probably will take somebody a lifetime in Jamaica to reach those same achievements, right? But with America, you have to understand that this is a plantation. The society was built off of the same formula that they use
Bingo.
to maintain the plantations. So when you come in at the workforce in America and then tell you about the American dream, and you did try catch the American dream, which is the house with the white picket fence, the husband, the 2.5 kids, the good education and the big job, and all of these big cars and everything where you have to maintain. The catch is you're going to work till you're dead, till you're literally dead, turn over, resurrect, your soul come back in our new body and work again to pay off the American dream.
And that's why that's what they want.
I tell you now, say the American dream is a fraud. You can come get it if you want, but you are going to work till you're dead. You have people who in them 50s, 60s right now are work double shift, 16 hours a day them are work. And then can sit down, then can go to the door, go sit down and chill and laugh with them bridging like how you do a Jamaica on the job. Then can show up late at morning time, then can I go, then can have bad customer service, then can drink one beer pan them break. Then can do none of that. Them have to go to work and you literally walk. Some people only get one 30-minute break in an 8 hour. When you're supposed to get 2:15 and a 30. And when your 8 hour done, your boss come and tell us, say, yo, you have to stay, you're mandated to work another 8-hour shift. And because you have to pay for all of this American dream where you got trust from the bank, and you have all of these loans and debt, you have to stay there to work that other 8 hour, right? So run come a foreign if you don't want, but me I tell you, say, be prepared for the truth. And the truth is, you not go work till you're dead. And if you don't work till you're dead, you not go almost dead. So here what you do, when you come a foreign, have a 10-year plan. You work hard. You get every money where you can get. You send your money back a yard. Me don't want to hear about how Jamaica violent. Me don't want to hear about that you buy a piece of land and you build one house and you put on one car down there and you cut.
You know what that sister said is one of the most realest things ever, coming from a person that is a black immigrant. She said that.
And let me just, got caught up in the beginning, but you gotta have that. Hold on. I don't know why I didn't do this. You gotta put up that disclaimer, because it's. Hold on. Oh man, I don't intend to profit off of this. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Section 107. All right. Fair Use Act disclaimer. All right. Under Section 107. All right. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research, which is what I'm doing here. In no way, all right, am I profiting off of this, all right, because, got to put that out there. Brother does a good job. I'm just using this as a teaching tool, all right. What we've been telling you all along, our people have been conditioned so much, especially the people that are here now. She makes a good point. And you have to understand that a lot of these, way she puts it, foreigners, they come here, they have a plan, all right? They make their money, like she says, go hard, 10 years, whatever, what your plan is. make your money, go the fuck back home. All right, that's a good plan. And he's gonna get into, well, the people that are here and can't do that, you know. But that's Jake. Jake here that are so-called American born, all right, generation after generation after generation. You have to come to understand. You talk about these immigrants, but you gotta understand from their perspective, and it's true, we are warped because we've been here under this fucking system so long. Others can see it where we can't, from the outside looking in, even though they have their own problems, But it's like, you wonder why they talk about Jake so much, because Jake is warped. We trust in oppression for the most part. All right, let me get that real quick. I've gone this long without scripture. Let's see. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. All right. This is Isaiah. Hold on. 30. Whoops. Damn it. Isaiah. 30. I think it's 12. Hold on. Yeah. And this is our people. Like I said earlier, we're trying to tell you who you are. We're trying to tell you why we're in this predicament. But a lot of people don't consider it because that's something they consider spooky. And I said spooky stuff, Did you consider the case that we can't, no matter how much education that we attain, no matter how hard we work, as Dr. Claude Anderson put it, no one works harder than a slave. And yet, we're just treading water? Why is that? Because we're under the curses, and one of the curses, I believe, is Deuteronomy 28 and 43, tells you that the stranger, all right, those strangers being, think of the immigrants that come over here, and they all of a sudden get up above us. We've been here for centuries, and yet these newcomers, that's a curse. You want to talk about spooky stuff, all right? And it also says further down that these curses, all right, will be a mark upon us. And as a result, it lets you know who are the children of the Most High, because we are under those curses. They fit us. These prophecies fit us, not the small hats over there in our land pretending to be us. Think of how brilliant in its wickedness that is, claiming to be the children of the Most High and committing all kinds of atrocities while cloaked as such. Damn. And yet the whole world wants to believe. You want to wonder why nobody ever questions them, makes them prove that they are. And yet every time we say it, nah, he can't be. That's because of what? The curses. Anyway, Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, which our people do, and trust in oppression, which is what we're talking about now, and perverseness, BLM. That's a front. Well, it actually started with the so-called civil rights, all right, movement. That number 2, I think he was Ruskin, Bayard Ruskin. Well, he was one of the Skittles people, okay, which we now call Skittles people. Trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Remember, those people are the only ones, along with the white woman, all right, that really prospered or benefited, I should say, from the civil rights movement. We did. Look how our families are fucked up, and that BLM is just reinforcing that. You got to remember, they took part of their charter down because it told you they were trying to do away with what? Patriarchy. The nuclear family, as it's known as. The man being the head, the woman and the children. All right, that's what she was talking about here when she was talking about the American dream. And as George Carlin said, you have to be asleep, all right? And I'll get some of the comments on this. You know? Oh, man. So here it is, once again, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And I've got a vision of, was it down in Mexico somewhere? There's a video, it happened, was it earlier this year or last year, where these, I think they were American, and they're in their boat, you know, they're going through a, it looks like a, what do you call it, like a canyon, and they're on the river, and all of a sudden, the whole fucking face of the cliff just breaks off, and they're out of there, just like that, you know. You never know. That's why you're supposed to get your house in order now. That's the whole point. Sirach 5, and well, before I get back to it, I might as well get it. This is let's see, Sirach 5:4. It says, "Say not, I have sinned, and what harm had happened unto me." All right, for the Lord is long suffering; he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. All right, and say not, his mercy is great; he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. And since we're talking about what we're talking about now, that American dream, it says, set not, verse 8, set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. And you could just say, I'm not adding to or taking away, but like I say, most of the focus here in America, all right, is attaining that wealth, however you achieve it, all right, and you begin to trust in that. And Matthew 6 goes into that, 6 and 20, all right, set not your, well, let me get out, I don't want to butcher it. It's Matthew 6 and 20. It says, but lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You got to remember, our oppressors, who are they? They are thieves. They are murderers. All right. 21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Typical American. You know, consumed with attaining wealth, physical goods. Gotta have a nice car, gotta have a nice house. That white picket fence, as she said. This is the American dream. Doing what you can. You see all these celebrities. All right, you have no idea what they've done behind the scenes to get where they're at. All right, and you know, in actuality, they're scumbags. Let's continue.
She said that, oh, they tell you about this phony American dream.
Yeah, it is.
You can get this house and the picket fence and, you know, the children and all of that. You say, but they don't tell you that you got to work like a freaking plantation slave, and you work till you're dead. And that sister said that more than once, because that sister see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
That sister know that she's been working, and she has not made it yet. And that's been the story of a lot of folks. And even black immigrants now are starting to see that, yeah, you can get a little more in a short period of time, but at what cost?
Yep.
That you got to work. Their system is set up where you stay working. Even the credit system. Yeah, they give you some credit for a car where you're paying payments. These payments are going to make you go to work. It's nothing you really buy up front in America. Now, you go to other countries, a lot of them, let's say, especially some African countries, they don't have a credit system. Now, I know South Africa has mortgages and all of that, but
Yeah.
most of them don't have the credit system going.
Because
so
that was the Dutch that set that up.
Right? But here, everything is in payments.
Dutch and
Those
British.
payments gonna keep you going back to work. Trust me, everything works in a system like that with capitalism. Well, we keep them getting payments, we keep them working, and we keep them working, we keep them with money. And we overwork them too much, feed them bad food, they get sick. If they get sick, the pharmaceutical companies make money, hospitals make money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we want to overindulge them with some sort of drug or whatever, use recreational. Let's go down and approve marijuana so they can not even focus on what we're doing to them. We just want to advertise getting high, getting drunk,
Yep.
going to the club.
The music
advertising,
industry.
Just laying down with any old body so they don't pay attention to.
Salakia,
Do you
these
know that in Texas,
fucking.
rifles can be carried in public without a license, whereas in Florida, no open.
Advertising, just laying down with any old body so they don't pay attention to what we really doing to them, but we really working them to death every single day. And this sister is spot on with that. She's telling Jamaicans, you come over here, all you're gonna do is work, and work till you're dead. I'm glad this sister really said that, because that's what's happening to people in this country. You're working till you're dead, and then when you look up and you're about to die, you have nothing. You have nothing to show for all that work that you've done here in America. Now, the smart thing that sister talked about, and listen to all black immigrants, what I'm telling you, when she said that come here with a 10-year plan,
There you go.
work, send your money back to your homeland, buy you some land, build you a huge, nice house in your homeland, start you some businesses, and make sure the money is generating, the money is good, and then go back to your homeland. Maybe some of you can go back with a work from home job where you getting American dollars, but you're living good in your homeland.
And this reminds me,
That's
hold
an
on.
even better
This reminds me,
situation for you.
since I'm out in Isaiah, this is prophecy too, because people are catching on to America's shit. All right, this is Isaiah 13, and this is the judgment of Babylon. Let's see, where will I start? 5. It says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Most High Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. In case you didn't know, the last couple of years with this supposed CVID, all right, certain things have happened. All these food processing plants have burned down. There have been over 100 such incidents, just magically just burned to the fucking ground. A lot of livestock have been unalived. All right, this is all planned, a fabricated famine, because at the end of the day, what I mentioned before about Revelation 13, 16, and 17, and he shall cause. How is he causing? How is he to cause? How is he to make the people bend to his will? This is what's been happening. Bill Gates running his mouth. They're telling you in your face what they're going to do, but a lot of people are deaf and even blind. They and this is willingly so for the most part. All right, but it's coming. It's coming. You are actually going to have to make a choice. Like I said, who are you going to put your trust in? Who are you going to put your faith in? The Most High, Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, or this devil? They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. That's what these pangs are talking about. Let's go into pangs. All right. And that is 6735, a hinge as pressed and turning. Also a throw as a physical or mental pressure. How am I going to get these motherfuckers to bend to my will? All right, all kinds of things are coming. Also a herald or errand doer. All right, a messenger, pain, sorrow. That's what's coming. All right. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. And here's where it's getting to. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel. Not, oh, happy day and all that bullshit that they teach in these churches. Cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. They're setting the table with all these shortages in police personnel and all these weird laws that they're passing about the bail system and letting people out, for crimes that normally they would be locked up until trial for. You got to pay attention to these things, and that's what our people are so caught up in, all these distractions. It says, 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Proud Americans, all these, whew, and will lay low the haughtiness. That's why you got to say it twice. The haughtiness of the terrible. 12, I will make a man, an Israelite man, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger, and it shall be as the chaste roe, and as a sheep. Let me tell you something. Since we're in Isaiah, I'm thinking 32nd chapter, these women. Oh boy, when you talk about that pride, that this devil, this so-called white man, has done a number on them. Oh, he's setting them up. All right. Whoa, I just had to put that out there. And it shall be as a chaste roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. It's going to get so bad here. Fuck America. I'm going back wherever I'm from. Just insert wherever it is in the blank. Might not even have a chance to make a lot of money. Fuck this shit, because it's going to get wild here. All right, it says, and flee every one into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. These motherfuckers want to join hand in hand to the enemy. All right, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, because it tells you in Isaiah 59th chapter, these devils going to come in as a flood. We're in, getting in the 2nd Ezra 15th and 16th chapter. All right, and it tells you in 16 from 70 on down, at 73, you will know because of this who are my chosen, because they're coming after us. All right, we're telling you, we're out there on the highways and byways trying to, but people, you fan your hand. You want to listen to these assholes in these whorehouses, these harlot houses they call churches, and these people are set up and always have been to keep you fat, dumb, and stupid. All right. It says, the children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Let's go into that, because that seems to cause the ire of many. Anything happening with the woman, what? No, that's wrong. Strong's H7693. To copulate with. What does copulate mean? To lie with, to ravish. And that's shagar. What do they call that today? Rape. Rape. Which, when you go into true meaning of it, you would actually mean sexual assault, but rape just means to seize, to grab a hold of. All right. See, these are the things that are going to happen, but in these Captain Saberhoes, a lot of them are going to die. There was a case here, a guy got killed. here in D.C., or was it in Prince George's County? I think it was PG County. He came out, his girl came out, or was she actually driving? The guy came out the driveway and they ran into each other somehow. I can't remember who's who. And she got on the phone and called her boyfriend. And her boyfriend, being stupid, and like I say, these Captain Saberhoes, all right, and he challenged the guy to get out the car. I think he punched him a couple of times, and the guy got out and they got to scuffling again. I think the guy the one that was in the car, blew his ass away. So, you know, they had to just let him out of jail. They gave him a little ankle because he was defending himself. All because of the black woman. And now he's down there at the morgue or already at the funeral home. I don't know. So that's another thing, you know, because this day that I'm reading about here, they going to pay. You don't get away with, you know, they going to pay. Let's continue on with this, not too much more.
Situation for you. You back in your country and you still getting the benefits of America, right? But that sister is so spot on that black immigrants don't get stuck here because listen, you got an advantage to go back home. Us here, we don't really have that advantage unless we became a citizen of somewhere else, and some of us have. But a lot of people haven't. This system, it started as a plantation, and it still runs as a plantation. Now everybody's working. Because see, at one point in time, all the men had to work, the women stayed home. But the capitalists thought, you know what, let's get these women out of the house, taking care of their kids, and get these women in the workforce, because that's more workers. Oh, now you got the women working, you got the men working, who's taking care of the children?
There you go.
Oh, let's create another business called daycare. So somebody else will take care of their kids so they can have these women out here working. When these women should be at home taking care of their children. You understand? It's all about capitalism and making money for these people.
And who did that hurt the most? Ta-da! There you go. All right. Yes, they could potentially tax another 50% of the population. But you know, we as a people, we're on the bottom anyway. So this daycare thing, it affects us. You know, some of our people can't afford daycare like that. All right. So now who's raising the kids? All right. And now it's even worse because now you got these things coming reading to your kids, trying to show them an alternative way of life. And they're telling you, you don't have any say-so in it. This place has got to go.
And at the end, you don't benefit anything because daycare costs so much money a week. You're only working to pay daycare. Some people. You see how you're not even making it? People can't even get an apartment nowadays half of the time because they want 3 times the rent, which is wrong. Because I remember back in the day, all you had to do was give a deposit and first month rent.
Yep.
If you had good credit, you didn't have to pay no deposit. All that 3 times the rent crap is the reason why people is homeless. That should be illegal. They should pass a federal law against that. No 3 times to rent anything. You can pay the rent, you pay the rent. If you can't pay, well, you're not going to have a place anymore. What person, let's say like you, a waiter or waitress, can go show on a check that you're making 3 times the rent? You'll never have a place to stay. This system is meant to keep people working. This system is not meant to have anybody thriving. If you can figure out the way to thrive in the system, great. But that's not the average person. As our Jamaican sister said, you will work until you are dead. That is the sentence for the majority of you in America. And I'm not talking about the black folks. I'm talking about everybody. You will work until you're dead. See, I saw that game a long time ago. I said, that's not going to be my lot in life. I'm not going to just work no 40, 50 years, retire, and wait to die. I'm not doing it. I gotta take a different route. I got to do something else. I got to do something I feel that's worthwhile and has meaning. That I can just, do, I don't know. I have to do something. And then the opportunity came.
And that's something that, of course, alternatively, we're doing. All right, because we've dedicated our lives to be out there on the highways and byways. All right. trying to wake up as many of our people as we can. All right. To much the same thing, but also as to who they really are. All right, and who their actual power is. As such, the Most High, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shah. All right, and cursing this place, this very place, that it will be destroyed very soon. The sooner, the better. Because, as he was saying, this is what it's set up to be. This is a plantation. This system, this beast system, that's what it is. All right. Like I say, this is built off of slavery. It still is. There's only a few families. And now that I say that, let's go ahead and get some of these comments. I didn't mean for it to go this long, but hey. Let's go see some of these comments. I'm going to make my point. Laurie Green said, it's called the American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. And that's George Carlin. All right. It says, Tyrone Ashford, I am speaking as a victim of this American system. And I see America through the eyes of the victim. I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare. And that's the lot of the Israelites that were brought over here, and the Israelites that were here beforehand, those being the tribes of Gad, Reuben, Issachar, those northern kingdom tribes that were over here on the western hemisphere before anybody else. The Israelites. And look what they had to go through before we were brought over here, the southern kingdom. Boom, says B Soul. I'm an indigenous, so-called black American, which if that's the case, he's not indigenous, but I understand he's talking about he's been here, his people been here for a while. And what she says is 100% true. So much respect to the Jamaican sister. As a Rashad Bakshar, as a half Jamaican, I love to see a fellow sister warning other black immigrants. I love her accent. She is telling the 100% truth. She's telling the truth. She's right. The dream is a nightmare. Avoid most credit cards. She's right. As a Jamaican, I'm constantly hearing how bad Jamaica is and how lucky I am to be in the UK, but you need a plan. It is a plantation, all right? This is Gabrielle Hanks, as a black American so-called, she ain't saying nothing we don't already know. I'm shocked more foreigners don't know this, but then again, America is really good at portraying the image, that making it here is so easy. My mama worked an average of 80 hours a week at a steel mill. She retired at 67 and had about 9 good years. From 76 to now at 83, she's on permanent dialysis and just beat colon cancer during the pandemic, I guess she's trying to say. I think the only reason she beat it was because they caught it early. Her house still ain't paid off because her and my stepdad didn't buy a home till they hit their 60s. My siblings and I will have to use their life insurance policy to pay it off when they're gone, most likely. Now this goes to the curses. All right. And again, this system helps, especially when it pertains to us. All the more it helps to perpetuate those curses. Dawn C, parents been saying it for years. Ready for everyone all over this world to wise up, to rise up. G4 do. I thought I was the only one preaching this message. Good to know there are more people like me that see past the veil. What? Isaiah 25:7. That veil is being lifted. Isn't that what it says? Jah bless. Uh-oh. I realized this when I came to America. They lied to us. America is heaven, good jobs, good life, and literally everything you dream of is here. Even all the way to the roads are paved with gold. It's not easy here, my brothers and sisters. you have to work like donkey or bulldozer. I think you get the point. I'm going to stop it right there. This is what, the lies, that house on the hill that they like to portray, or as George H.W. Bush stated in that New World Order speech of his back in, was it 90 or 91? With 1,000 points of light, and he talked about, they suckered a lot of people into this. All right. That's the point. All right. The same people that back in ancient Greece, this is how they operated. They drew everybody to them. Then into Rome. This is the revived Roman Empire, but you're talking about the same people. They're the nation of Edom. All right. So, yeah, once again, this has been Jamaican Sister Warns. Black immigrants, the American dream is a farce. All right, and she is absolutely right. It's nothing we haven't been telling you. But again, we go with the scriptures. We link it up with the scriptures. All right, as you're supposed to do. So with that, hey, until the next video, hey, shalom.